Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Max, and what we'll be talking about today is doing backups on your computer. Now, it doesn't matter what type of a system you have, whether it's a Windows, whether it's a Linux, whether it's a Unix, whether it's a Mac. You always want to have good backups on your computer, all right, or from your computer. When you get your computer, whether you purchase it or somebody gave it to you, one of the accessories that you need to make sure that you have is a external hard drive. You need to have another hard drive. That's in addition to the hard drive that came with the computer. That's where you can hold all of your backups. Very, very, very important. I can't tell you how many times I've had professionals, computer engineers, computer technicians call in on the help desk complaining that their systems, for whatever reason, won't boot up, won't work. They got a virus, they got a system crash, they can't boot it up, and they're all in a panic because their important files that they need or that they've had for years, they can't access it. So, no matter what else you do, no matter who else you believe, the one thing you should always do is do a backup. Okay? So, in order to do a backup, it's always good to find a hard drive, an external hard drive. You can buy them at your local department store. You can buy them at your, sometimes at your electronics store. Whatever store sells electronic or computer parts, usually they'll have some type of a sale on, maybe not a sale, but usually they'll have products that include external hard drives. You need to make sure that you have an external hard drive to save your backups to. You don't really want to save your backups to the same drive that your operating system is on, because if you have problems bringing your operating system up for whatever reason, there's a crash, then you're not going to really be able to get to your backups. It's always a very good possibility. So always get an external hard drive. They're relatively cheap nowadays. You shouldn't have a problem getting one, bringing it home, letting it serve as your backup hard drive. Now, for those of us who don't know what an external hard drive looks like, I took the liberty of downloading some pictures. So let me go ahead and open up my folder. And we'll go through these hard drives. This is a typical hard drive that you'll see. The hard drive is inside, and then this black box right here, this is the external case, okay? And it usually has a USB and a power cord somewhere connected to it, and then from that USB you can go ahead and connect that up to your computer. So that's one. Here's another hard drive, okay? It is also, the hard drive is inside, and this case right here, this is the outer case, and as you can see, this is the USB right here. Alright, this is a Toshiba case. It probably has a Toshiba hard drive in it. It doesn't matter. It could be whatever type of hard drive, a Toshiba or Western Digital, Samsung, what have you. The important thing is that there's a hard drive in here for you to back up your data to. Let's see. This is another hard drive, but most people call this a thumb drive because it's small and it kind of looks like your thumb. But this is another external hard drive, and as you can see right here, this right here, where my mouse is going over, that is the USB connection that you connect to your computer. And then from there, you just go ahead and do a backup of your files. Now, Linux has a bunch of applications for doing backups. You can go ahead and check through the repositories either from the command line. I've shown you how to do that in previous videos. Or you can use the package managers. I've shown you how to search for things through the Muon package manager, as well as through the Discover software center. All you really have to do is just open that up, go to the search box. If you don't know how to do that, look at the previous videos. I show you how to install programs. And what you can do is you could do a search for backup or backup software. But what I normally do, and what I have been doing for years on my Linux system, is I just do a manual backup. And let's go over that real quick. So I have an external hard drive. I'm going to connect it up right now to my computer. This is a small one, but it'll serve our purposes here for this example. So you should see it come up. There it is. This is a 128 gig hard drive. Now, I named it 128 gig. Normally they come up, when you buy them from the store, they might come up with their own names, Toshiba, Samsung, what have you. But in either case, this is my hard drive. And for a majority of Linux distributions, when you get your Linux, it's going to come with your username, and there's going to be a home folder for you, right? So if your name is Edgar, it'll be Edgar's home folder. You'll see that here. You'll either see that here or here, and this will be under that. So your home folder is what you want to be interested in the most, okay? If we go ahead and open up my home folder, as you can see here, it's got all of my folders. Now the ones that come default, usually you'll see something that says desktop. If you look over here on the right, and then it'll show documents, then downloads, and then music. I've got some music in there, and then you'll see pictures, and then you'll see videos. For all the stuff that you want to delete, you'll see trash here. You may not see it on your desktop, but you might see it here, over here in this little small panel. If you come up here to the top, you'll see your home folder right here. This is where we started when we opened it up. Now, when you do your backup, you can back up each folder individually, or you can back up the whole home folder. It just depends on what the size is. This thumb drive, this is an external thumb drive or external hard drive. This is 128 gigs. And the way you can find out how big it is and how much data is already in it, you just go to it. You right click on it, you come all the way down to the bottom, you go to where it says properties and you left click on it, and this right here will show you the size of it. Now don't get too hooked up on the size, right? The volume says 128 gigs, free space 132 gigs. Don't get too hung up on the size here. It says 134 gigs. And then right here, it says 128 gigs. It's reading it because this drive is a FAT32 drive, and it's reading it off of an operating system that has an extension for file system. So the reading of it is a little off. But as you can see, I've got plenty of free space in here. That's enough for some backups. All right. Now, when you do a backup, I normally do a manual backup, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But depending on if you want to back up all the folders or in individual folders, if you want to back up all of them, you need to see what size it is for all of them that are going to be under your home folder. So if you right click, just like we did for the external hard drive, if you right click, you'll see a menu there. If you go all the way down to the bottom, go to properties and left click, you should see how big the hard drive is. Okay? Right now, my home folder is 38 gigs. All right? That's how big the folder is. And for all intents and purposes, folder and directory, it's going to mean the same thing for us here. All right? So, to back up all of the folders in our home drive, that includes desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, and videos. Okay, all that is considered in the home folder, as well as my backups. All of this is considered in my home folder. Okay, now if you want to back up individual ones, you just go to each one, right click, and if you want just a copy of it, then you can do copy, right? Then open up your external, find a place in there, and either you can come up to the top, click on File, or I'm sorry, Edit, and then choose Paste, and then that'll paste it here, right? Or you can go back to the folder, right click, and choose Cut. You can choose Cut, and then open up your external hard drive again, and then you can come up to Edit and then Paste. And then whether you cut or you copy, when you come back to your external hard drive, if you go up to where it says Edit, left click on Edit and choose Paste, it will paste your folder in here. Okay? And that's how I do a backup. Alright? Now, like I said, there are applications that you can use that'll do this automatically for you, that will do this on a pre-scheduled basis for you. All right, if you want to do that as well, that's fine too. But what I've been doing is just a manual backup, and I usually back up my pictures, my videos, my downloads, documents, whatever's on my desktop. I usually just do a manual backup onto my hard drive here, my external hard drive. Now I have a bigger one than that. I have several terabyte hard drives, and I usually do a backup to them. Anyway, that's the easiest way to do a backup. That's the best way that I know of. Like I said, you can go ahead and download and experiment with the different backup applications. You can see which one you like. You can go through the repositories and check them out. I just do a manual backup. Anytime I get some files, important files that I'm working on or that I've used, I just go ahead and manually back them up to my external hard drive. So that's it. That's what I do when I do a backup. Whatever you decide to do, you just need to make sure that you get a backup. All right? Believe me, every computer system will run into a problem where they can't boot up sooner or later, whether it's due to a virus, whether it's due to malware, whether it's due to a system crash. Every system will run into a problem. Even if you've had a computer for 40 years and you've never experienced a system crash or any type of system problem, you always want to make sure you have those backups because you never know. All right? So, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys looking at it. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day or evening. Bye-bye.